Well, listen, I hate to put it this way, but I think it's Tony Romo because, first of all, I think Tony Romo was a better quarterback. Secondly, I think that Tony Romo, obviously, he's more likable. Third, to combine the likability with the production standpoint and what have you, he's easier to look at. I mean, don't blame me for bringing that up. Blame Cutler's wife for crying out loud. He's easier to look at.
Oh,
all right.
stop.
So I take all of those things into consideration.
I don't need that
Just got that one.
But listen. But in the end, what it really comes down to is it is entirely plausible why Tony Romo ended up in this situation. The multitude of injuries, age 36, and just looking at his life and his future, he decided, okay, I want to go in this direction. In the case of Jay Cutler, I saw a person that had an opportunity to be a leader, never really was inclined to be one. I saw a person that had an opportunity to be productive when it counts most, and he chose to ride bicycles on the sidelines in NFC Championship games instead of pushing himself and going all out to produce that particular day. I see an individual, as far as I'm concerned, that has just disappointed at least two cities that I can think of in Denver and Chicago. And, listen, God bless Fox because this is the land of the free, the home for the brave, and the land of opportunity. I don't want anybody unemployed. But does Jay Cutler deserve this job? Hell no. So, therefore, I would go with Tony Romo.
It is an interesting choice, Jay Cutler as a broadcaster, because the look on his face tells you or suggests that he spends a lot of the day going, whatever, man, right? Like, that's the kind of look he gives you. And when I've heard him talk, he has never been that interesting to hear talk. He was a guy who a lot was thought of, both in Denver and Chicago, and never really converted on that promise, as opposed to Tony Romo, who, made something out of nothing, and had a very different kind of experience in the NFL than Cutler, and is just a much more interesting listen than Jay Cutler. Seems like a more interesting guy, and has made his interviews are more animated, and whatever insight he's given. I'm not saying he's given a tremendous amount of insight in interviews in which we've heard him, but more than Jay Cutler. So between those two, who'd you rather listen to broadcast the game? Easily Tony Romo. Also the guy you'd rather have quarterback your team.
Well, it's just for me personally, man. I just got a problem with, listen, think about it. You may not be criticizing, but you're critiquing players and their performances during a game. Who can you think of as a player that deserves that least deserves to be in a booth critiquing somebody? I can't think of anybody that that doesn't deserve that more than Jay Cutler. I just can't believe it. Listen. God bless Fox, man. God bless him, because I just look at Jay Cutler like, are you kidding me? What's he gonna do when somebody throws an interception? If he's not sitting there saying that's something I would do, I don't want to hear from him. What's he doing if a dude is sitting up there in the NFC and a Super Bowl berth is on the line, Max Kellerman, and all of a sudden he catches a little cramp or something, and somebody's riding a bicycle? What is he going to say?
You know what I'm waiting for?
I can understand that. I don't want to hear it.
You know what I'm waiting for?
What?
And if I were working with Cutler, the first thing I'd ask him at the earliest possible opportunity, Jay, what do you think of that guy's body language? The quarterback for X team has this body language. What do you think? That would be really interesting.
Does he look interested? Jay Cutler, there's something about this dude that he just doesn't look interested in playing today. Jay Cutler, what do you have to say about that?
Exactly.
I want to know. Really? I mean, what's he gonna say? He should say, I understand. If he says anything else, I'm gonna be like, really? What? I mean, come on now. Jay Cutler, only in America, man. Don King says it's better. Only in America. Only in America.
Sometimes you just don't feel like leading a group of guys in the NFC Championship game. Whatever.
Hey, listen, guys. Fox does little baseball. Pete Rose, all-time hits king. I understand. Alex Rodriguez, well, whatever you want to say, I understand. Frank Thomas, I damn sure understand. See the qualifications? Jay Cutler? Lord.